Ian here from Studio. This is an update to the information in this video about the financial information changes that you need to publish on your school website. Just to let you know, in addition to the information that's going to follow in just a moment, you, if you're an academy or a trust, you also need to publish on the trust website the information that's listed here about employees whose benefits exceed £100,000 in £10,000 bandings. So the rest of the information still applies in terms of how to do that, how we recommend meeting it. But while on the published pages on the Gov website that list all the requirements, this isn't mentioned on the Academy stuff, on the Trust stuff. It is mentioned in the Academy's financial handbook for this year, for 2020. So the details there. The Trust must publish on its website in a separate, readily accessible form. I'll tell you about that in a minute. The number of employees whose benefits exceed £100,000 in £10,000 bandings as an extract from the disclosure in its financial statements from the previous year ending 31st of August, and then a bit more information about that. In terms of readily accessible, that term pops up on certain areas of compliance. What that means is if I've got to download some information, I've got to have software to be able to view specific bits of information, it is not readily accessible. So if it's a document, it needs to be something that can be viewed on the site within the page. If it's not a document, if it is something that you're embedding into the page, it just needs to work within the page and work on any device as well. So not something that will only work on a computer, a desktop computer or a laptop. So that's that. Love you to subscribe. We'll keep you updated with anything that comes from a compliance point of view, and a ton of other stuff as well. But yeah, let's play the video and get straight to it. Hi, it's Ian here from Studio.
So this is a new requirement as of the end of August 2020 for maintained schools to publish specific financial information on your school websites. It's not particularly hard to meet, but the DfE have very kindly given us some information that is quite specific, so hopefully it's helpful. The two requirements are that you must publish, if you're a maintained school, how many employees, if any, have a gross salary of over £100,000 or more. And you need to display that in increments of £10,000, and they have advised that you display that as a table. You also need to add a link to the web page which is dedicated to your school's financial benchmarking service page specifically. So a little bit like the Ofsted report that you need to link to, it needs to be your specific page, not just the generic page. So what I'd like to do is just show you an example. So it's brand new, so at the minute this is just our working examples of what you might want to do. So I'm showing you here a blog post which gives you some information. So that blog post is going to be linked here, talks you through those details of how you need to do it, whether or not we think it should be on a specific page or added on other policy pages as well. Our recommendation is that you use either your website provider's table generator if they have one, or something I've linked here which is called table generator cleverly, which will let you create a really nice table on your site as well. So what you can see if I go to it now is table generator, and it will let you add in, so you can see you've got basically 9 boxes on here. I'm going to add in, I'm going to remove, let me see, I'm going to remove a column, and I'm going to go and I'm just going to put in the annual salary, and I'm going to put in the number of staff, and I'm going to put £100,000 to £110,000. I'm going to say we've got one person there, and then I'm going to go into the next row. I'm going to put £110,000 to £120,000. Yeah, while I'm doing this, you're all going, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? But here we go. If you want to carry on, then you can go, right, I want to add another row below. See how we've done that? You don't need to do much more than that. What's happening here is all the code is being generated for you. So if I go, you might want to preview that, would be quite nice. That's what that's going to look like. looks better when you put it on your website. Copy clipboard, and then wherever your website provider is, go into the code bit or the source bit, paste that code in. That table will appear really nicely on the page for you. Let me just grab an example for you. So this is just a blog on our post. So it's a brand new thing, so it's a working example, as I say. But this is how it's going to look on here. Our recommendation on how you do this is you go, here's my financial information. Below is the information of our school's name, employees who have gross salary of £100,000 or more in increments of £10,000, and then you put that in. And then you've got a link to schools benchmarking service information for our school, name of your school. Yeah, that's it. Because of the information that's on there, my recommendation would be to put that on a specific page on your site called financial information, alongside things like your policies and that. You could put it on your policies page if you've got things like our embedded document groups. You could drop it in a section in among that, so the content's there and easy to find as well. But go with whatever you think's best. Just make sure it's really easy to find. Hopefully that's really helpful. It's not a massively complicated one to meet, but that's the details of how you should be thinking of doing it.